This Faceless creator made over $45,000 last year just from AdSense. But he's not the only one. This Faceless channel received over 11 million views last year and made up to $80,000. And get this, he only started uploading 5 months ago with just 60 videos on his channel. Then there is this channel that made up to $39,000 from just 5 million views, and he's only been uploading on YouTube for a year. In fact, he just has 58 uploads. And then of course there is Magnates Media making tens of thousands of dollars from every single upload. So what are all these creators doing differently that you and I aren't? How are they growing so fast and making serious money all without ever showing their face? To find out, I actually spent weeks analyzing dozens of faceless channels across different niches that went from zero to insane profits in record time. And I found 7 powerful hacks they all had in common. These are not just random tips, these are repeatable strategies that you can apply immediately, even if your channel is brand new. In this video, I'll not only break down these 7 hacks, but also show you exactly how to apply them to your own channel step by step. So if you're serious about turning your faceless channel into a real income machine, watch till the very end, because every hack builds on the last one. Hack number 5 is actually a real game changer. And with that, let's start with the first one, that is hijacking search plus emotion for explosive growth. Look at this faceless video. It was uploaded by a brand new channel, just 3 months old, and this was only their 10th upload, yet it pulled in over 500,000 views. Normally, we assume that new channels require hundreds of uploads before seeing numbers like this, but this video broke that rule. So what made it blow up? Let's break it down. If a regular creator tackled this same topic, they might have titled it something like how to respond when someone insults you, with the thumbnail having something like 5 proven strategies. It's clean, it's informative, it's searchable, but it is missing one important thing, and that is emotion. It tells you what the video is about, but not why you should care. This creator did something smarter. He actually stepped into the viewer's shoes. Think about it. Why would someone search this topic in the first place? Because they were insulted and they froze. They didn't know how to react, and now they're replaying that moment in their head thinking, I should have responded better. That's the moment that this video is built around. And because the title mirrors the viewer's own thoughts, they cannot help but click. That is exactly why this video exploded. Here's another example from the same creator. This time, this video crossed over 1 million views. Now, most creators would have gone with a title like, how to focus while studying. Sure, it's useful, but again, it lacks emotional urgency. But this creator understood his audience. He knew that students who often procrastinate carry this quiet fear of failing because they're running out of time. And he turned that exact emotion into his title, Before It's Too Late. It triggers the emotional tension every struggling student feels. And that is what made this video impossible to ignore. Now, when you package your videos around what your viewer is already feeling, not just what they're searching, you win, obviously. Why? Because we don't click based on logic, we click based on emotion. Whether it's regret or fear or hope or urgency, emotions drive decisions. Even when we think we're making logical decisions, it is our feelings calling the shots. So when you're planning your next video, don't just ask, what are people searching for? Ask, what are they feeling when they search for this? Write those emotions down and then bring them to life in your title and your thumbnail. Because the truth is that searchable titles, sure, they'll get you discovered, but emotional packaging is what will get your videos clicked on. Now, to take this hack to the next level, start by reverse engineering what is already working in your niche. Look for videos that are getting strong views, topics that your audience clearly is interested in. Then add a layer of emotion to make them hit harder. When you combine a topic people are already searching for with an emotion that they deeply feel, you create videos that they simply cannot scroll by. Now, if you want to know exactly how to find winning video ideas using reverse engineering, watch our in-depth video on this topic. I break it down step by step with real examples. Now, once you've gotten people to click on your videos by tapping into their emotions, you need to apply this next hack. which is using the loop trigger scripting method. I know I used a lot of fancy words there, but what exactly is the core of YouTube revenue? Your watch time, aka how long people are watching your videos for. And how do you get them to watch your video for longer? By scripting your videos right. And the best way to do that is to use something called the loop trigger scripting method. This means planting open loops early on in the video, like little teasers or questions, and then closing them later on to keep people watching. Let me show you 3 simple ways to do this. Tactic number 1 is to use personal experiences. Do not just give people tips, tie them to real stories. For example, if you're in the self-help niche and you're making a video on how to talk to strangers, instead of just listing the tips out, say something like, back in college, I used to get super anxious just thinking about starting a conversation. One day, I spotted someone reading a book that I loved and just said, hey, is that book any good? That tiny moment changed everything. I realized most people are just waiting for someone to break the ice. Now that one personal touch does 2 things. It adds clarity to your message and it makes you feel relatable. The second tactic here is to tease what is coming next. Now before you finish one point, hint at what's coming next. So in the same video, you might say, this one tip helped me start conversations without overthinking. But the real game changer is what I discovered next. And we are getting to that in just a second. See what that does? It plants curiosity in the viewer's mind. And now they want to stick around to find out what that thing is. And this brings us to the third tactic, and that is the but-so framework. This is a quick tension resolution formula, something like this. Most people start conversations with open-ended questions, but that kills the vibe instantly. So here's what you should say instead. That but-so structure builds intrigue, sets up a problem, and then delivers the solution quickly. And if you use them well, both the algorithm and your bank account will thank you. And that brings us to the third hack: stop reinventing the wheel. And that alone can 10x your growth. Your goal on YouTube should not be to try something completely new with every video. As counterintuitive as that sounds, your focus should be on finding a format that works for your channel and then doubling down on it. Let me show you a real example. This Faceless creator noticed that one of his videos, a how-to transformation video, performed really well on his channel. It followed a clear format, transformation within a set number of days or stages. And after noticing this, he did not reinvent the wheel. Instead, he made 2 more videos using the exact same format. And guess what? They performed just as well. But why does this work? Because repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity builds trust, views, and subscribers. But here's the catch. Once you find a winning format, do not just spam it over and over again. Instead, keep experimenting within that format. Try new ideas, test different angles, and when another format starts working, double down on that too. Then go back to experimenting. It's a cycle of testing, learning, and repetition. Now, here's something more important. Do not confuse format with topic. Format is the structure, the way you present an idea. Topic is the subject that you're actually talking about. For example, how to change your life in 3 weeks and 60 days of monk mode can follow the exact same transformation format, but they cover entirely different topics. That is how you stay consistent without being repetitive. So the next time you're wondering what video to go ahead and make, open your analytics and find your top performing videos. Then ask yourself, what's the format behind this video? Once you have the answer, repeat that format for your next few uploads and then start experimenting again. Find your next winning structure. Now here's a hack that might seem obvious, but most creators still miss, and that is making videos on high CPM topics. It sounds simple, but I think it is one of those pieces of advice that almost every new creator ignores. But it is one of the easiest ways to boost your income without changing your content style. See, not all views are equal. Some videos earn way more than others, even with the same number of views. And that is because YouTube pays you based on CPM or cost per mil, and CPM can swing wildly depending on your topic. Topics like finance, business, tech, and health usually come with much higher CPMs. Why? Because advertisers know that the people watching these videos are often ready to spend, so they pay more to reach them. And YouTube passes that money on to you. Now here's the good news. You do not need to be in those niches to benefit from them. You can borrow their best performing topics and mold them into something that fits on your channel. Let me show you what that looks like. We posted a video titled 6 Faceless Niches that will make you $10,000 per month. Now it wasn't a hardcore finance video, but the idea was inspired by the finance niche. And guess what? That video pulled in a CPM of $8.40 $1.49, which was way higher than our usual videos. Now, this is the power of strategic topic selection. This is also why if you want to make high revenue, you cannot just chase views. You also need to prioritize profits, because even if one of your videos does not blow up, a high CPM topic can still bring in solid revenue. So how do you find these high CPM topics? You do not need any fancy tools. Just go watch videos in the finance, business, and tech and health niches and ask yourself one simple question: how can I adapt this topic to my niche? So let's say that you're running a self-help channel. Instead of making a video like how to overcome procrastination, which is a solid self-help topic but usually gets a lower CPM, you can tweak it slightly and turn it into something like how to overcome procrastination and start building multiple income streams. Now you're still helping the viewer with procrastination, but you've added a money angle, which would increase the overall CPM of your video. Or let's say that your channel is all about AI. A video like top 3 AI tools to save time is useful, but it will likely attract a general audience and average CPM. Now reframe it to top 3 AI tools every freelancer needs to save time and earn more. Suddenly, you've added a business and a freelancing angle, two niches that advertisers pay a premium for, and you're still delivering productivity value, just packaged for a more lucrative audience. Again, there's no shortcut here. You will have to watch videos in these profitable niches, take notes, brainstorm ways to bring those ideas into your world while keeping it relevant for your viewers. And that brings us to game-changing hack number 5, leveraging the reverse funnel strategy. Most creators grind for months, sometimes even years, just to finally hit those monetization goals. But by the time that they get there, many are already burned out or they've given up entirely. But what if you flipped that model completely? Instead of waiting for YouTube to pay you, start by creating a clear, valuable digital product that solves a real problem for your audience. And no, you do not need millions of views or thousands of subscribers to pull this off. All you really need is a small, engaged group of people who trust you and see you as the go-to expert in that field. The key is to sell something that feels like a natural extension of your videos, something that your viewers already want. So for example, if you're a video editor, selling LUTs, transitions, or sound packs is a great idea. If you're a designer, offering fonts, logo kits, editable templates is a great idea. If you're into self-help, creating a goal-based planner, a journal, or even an ebook on becoming more articulate and confident, these are the things that work. And if you're into fitness, a home workout plan will fit perfectly in your zone. Now, to find the right idea, just look around. What are other creators in your niche selling? What problems does your audience repeatedly face? Once you've gotten that idea, you can build the product in Canva, sell it easily using a tool like Gumroad, and from there, just make YouTube videos that naturally lead viewers straight to what you're offering. Remember, we are building a reverse funnel here. Your YouTube channel sits right at the top of that funnel. That's where your grab attention and build trust factor comes in, and your product sits at the bottom of the funnel, turning that attention and trust into actual income without having to rely solely on AdSense. This is how top creators make thousands, even millions, not just from ads, but by selling their own digital products straight to the audience. But here's a warning: if you force this, it will backfire. If your product feels out of place, or if your videos feel like a sales pitch, your audience will tune out. And once that trust is broken, they might not come back. Your product needs to feel like a natural next step for the viewer, not a hard sell. If you want to do this the right way, watch our step-by-step breakdown. I will show you exactly how to create your first digital product and start selling it naturally through your videos without a huge audience. Trust me, this is the only video you need to start earning from day one without ever relying on AdSense. Now let's move on to hack number 6, which is package and sell your system. Now, once you've figured out a repeatable formula, content formula, your hooks that grab attention, your scripting style that keeps people watching, your editing flow that holds retention, and your thumbnail title combo that gets clicks, do not just keep it to yourself. Turn it into a digital service. In simple terms, take the exact system that is working for your channel and sell it to others. You can do this by actually teaching them how the system works, or you can actually turn it into a digital product again that you can sell to other creators as well. These could be things like a Zoom workshop, a Notion dashboard that helps people find and finalize video ideas, a plug and play script template bundle, an editing workflow that speeds up production, or a full video course that teaches how to grow a faceless YouTube channel from scratch. Again, you do not need a fancy setup to start selling. You can easily launch your product on Gumroad or any of these websites that have like one-click selling options. For courses, you can use websites like Thinkific, Kajabi, Teachable, and don't just rely on your long form videos to promote it. Use YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and even X to drive attention to your offer. Just look at Magnates Media. He built a massive faceless documentary channel, and once his content system started working, he created a course teaching others how to do the same. Same with AI Guy. He built a successful AI-powered channel without ever showing his face. Now he sells a course that shows other creators how to build faceless channels entirely using AI tools, just like he did. But here's the catch. This hack only works if your channel is already getting decent views. And I don't mean millions of views, even a couple thousand views, 20,000, 30,000, whatever, because nobody wants to buy a system that clearly is not working, right? But if you're getting 20,000, 30,000 views, you can still sell to smaller channels, smaller creators who are just starting out and who haven't even crossed that milestone yet. Basically, once your channel starts gaining traction, do not just keep creating blindly. Start documenting what is working, organize your entire workflow from idea generation to publishing, and turn it into a clear, repeatable system. That is what eventually becomes your digital product or digital workshop. Your channel is the proof and your product is the shortcut. And this brings me to the seventh and the final hack, and that is sponsorships. I bet you didn't think this would be here, but hear me out. Once your channel consistently starts to get around 20,000 to 30,000 views per video, you're actually in a very, very good position to start reaching out to brands in your niche for sponsorship deals. These brands will pay you to mention their product either at the start or in the middle of the video, but the key is only to promote products that you genuinely believe in. Also, keep in mind that when you start creating, you will invariably have certain videos that go viral and they will instantly bring a lot of attention to your channel, which will then help you gain sponsorship for further videos, right? You just have to make sure that you do not push like a shady or a low quality product, because that might make you quick cash, but it can really hurt your credibility in the long run. Viewers might stop trusting you or even unsubscribe altogether. Just like your digital product should align with your content, your sponsors also should feel like a natural fit into your content. For example, if you make self-help or productivity videos, reach out to tools like Notion or time tracking apps or online course platforms. If your content is about AI, partner with AI companies like InVideo that offer AI tools. The more relevant the sponsor is to your content, the better your chances of getting a deal and making it work for your audience. You can easily find the marketing and advertising heads of companies on LinkedIn, and sometimes they even drop their emails directly in their profile. If the email is not mentioned, you can use email finding tools like Hunter.io or Apollo.io, which give you a few free credits each month to find out new emails. When you send that email, keep it short, keep it clear, tell them what your channel is about, who your audience is, how many views you get per average, and partnering with you is going to benefit the brand. Just most importantly, do not mention your rates in the first email. Wait for the brand to reply. If they ask about pricing, flip the question and ask their budget. What's your budget for this campaign? This way, you might land a better deal than what you've asked for up front. And finally, instead of charging, let's say $500 for one sponsored video, try to negotiate a package deal for 6 videos or 4 videos, like 6 videos for $2,500. It is a win-win strategy both for you and the brand, because they get it at a cheaper cost, but you get a bulk of money at once. It also really helps you build long-term relationships with the sponsor. Now, if you go ahead and apply all of these 7 hacks, you are going to build a faceless channel that earns real consistent income every single month. But if you want true financial freedom where your income doesn't crash every time your views drop, the most powerful move is to sell your own digital products. This turns your channel into an actual business, one that keeps growing even while you sleep. And if you want to learn how to do this, how to start making money from day one, you have to check out this video. I do not want you to miss it, because it could transform how much money you end up making from your YouTube channel. Go check it out, and I'm gonna see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye.